Welcome once again, everyone. Everyone is interested and fond of online streaming. So today the story will be about the Brian who was streaming at midnight and see what happened next.
Brian was a YouTube streamer known for his horror game playthroughs. His audience loved his genuine reactions to the terrifying moments in the games he played. He always streamed late at night when the atmosphere was right for scares. One night, Brian decided to play a game called The Midnight Man. It was an obscure indie game that promised an immersive horror experience based on an old urban legend about summoning a sinister entity at midnight. Brian's viewers were excited as he started his stream at 11:30 p.m., the perfect time for maximum fear. As he delved into the game, Brian followed the ritual steps, lighting a candle, writing his name on a piece of paper, and pricking his finger to drop a bit of blood onto it. He was supposed to summon the Midnight Man, who would then hunt him through the virtual house. Everything seemed like typical horror fare until Brian noticed something strange. His candle, which was supposed to be purely in-game, flickered on his desk. He laughed it off, attributing it to a draft in his apartment. But then, his viewers started commenting that they saw a shadow move behind him. Brian turned around, but there was nothing there. The chat erupted with messages of concern and excitement, urging him to continue. As he moved further into the game, he began to hear faint whispers, not from his headphones, but from his room. His heart pounded, but he kept playing, attributing it to the immersive sound design of the game. Midnight struck, and the game's atmosphere grew more oppressive. Brian felt a cold breeze despite his windows being closed. The whispers grew louder, almost as if they were right next to him. He tried to laugh it off, engaging with his audience to maintain a semblance of normalcy. However, his viewers were now bombarding the chat with messages about seeing a dark figure standing in the corner of his room. Brian's camera, which showed him and part of his room, revealed nothing unusual when he glanced at his screen. But then, the lights in his apartment flickered, and his screen momentarily went black. When the lights came back, the dark figure was standing right behind him. His viewers screamed in the chat, urging him to turn around. Brian, now genuinely terrified, slowly swiveled his chair. The figure was gone. His heart raced as he tried to rationalize what was happening. Maybe it was a prank, he thought, but who could pull it off? As he continued the game, the figure kept appearing and disappearing, each time closer than before. Brian's candle suddenly went out, plunging his room into darkness. He scrambled to relight it, his hands shaking. When he succeeded, the figure was right in front of him, its face a grotesque mask of shadows and hate. Brian screamed and fell back, his chair toppling over. The screen went dark again, and his stream abruptly cut off. His viewers were left in a panic, unsure if what they had witnessed was real or an elaborate stunt. The next morning, Brian's channel was eerily silent. Concerned fans tried to reach out to him but received no response. Days turned into weeks with no sign of Brian. Eventually, a neighbor reported him missing, and the police entered his apartment. They found his setup as it was during the stream, but there was no trace of Brian. The only clue was a piece of paper on his desk, with his name written in blood. The case remains unsolved, and the legend of the Midnight Streamer continues to haunt the internet. Some say if you watch his last stream at midnight, you can hear the whispers and see the figure lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next victim. Some say if you watch his last stream at midnight, you can hear the whispers and see the figure lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next victim.